The longer I'm with my Danish girlfriend, the more I learn about Denmark, and the more I'm impressed by Denmark and the Danish people. This past weekend, my girlfriend took me to this exhibit, Courage to Act, Rescue in Denmark, about how the Danish people rescued their fellow Danish Jewish citizens from being rounded up by the Nazis in 1943. I'm outside the Museum of Jewish Heritage in downtown Lower Manhattan, and we are going to see the exhibit about how the Danish resistance helped move Jewish people before they could be arrested by the Germans in 1943, and how they braved and courageous and got them to Sweden. And this is not a topic you choose out of pleasantness, but it's necessary to know these stories, because then you know what could happen. Denmark shares a border with Germany. Lucky Denmark. So when the German war machine was ramped up in the 1930s, it was not a good thing for Denmark. Germany occupied Denmark as a protectorate to protect Denmark from falling into the hands of the English. Obviously, the Nazis are known for their subtleties. So, the Germans occupied Denmark, but allowed Denmark to pretend that they were still an independent country. So, they gave them a little leeway. And as a result, Denmark did not fully accept all the demands the German government wanted them to. For example, Denmark kept its own currency, held their own free elections, and refused to discriminate against their fellow citizens who were Jewish. That all changed in late 1943 when the Germans took complete control of Denmark. And the Germans decided to remove all the Jewish Danish citizens from Denmark. But before they could implement their plans, the German ambassador to Denmark, George Duckworth, leaked these plans. The word got out to the Danish citizens who were Jewish, and they went into hiding. But that was not going to solve their problems. How were these people going to get out of Denmark and go to neutral Sweden? Well, that's where the pluck and the integrity and the courage of the Danish people came into play. And that is what this exhibit is all about. This exhibit highlights the courage of the Danish nation and highlights the courage and the actions of the Danish people during this time, and does so by concentrating on the story of 5 particular Danish people. Like Bent Melchior, son of Marcus Melchior, chief rabbi of Copenhagen. Bent would become the chief rabbi of Copenhagen as well. Ellen Nielsen, the widowed fishmonger. David Sampolsky, a microbiologist. Steen Metz, who was arrested and sent to a concentration camp. And Henny Sinding Sunør, who used the Gerda 3, a fishing boat that is in Mystic, Connecticut, and which the museum had an actual-size replica in the exhibit to transport Danish Jews to Sweden. Yes, there were certain details and unsavory facts that were not mentioned in this exhibit, but that does not diminish the selfless bravery of the Danish people that they showed during this rescue effort. And there we have it. Very sobering, but something that we need to be vigilant and keep going about it, because now horrible things are happening elsewhere, and we need this kind of Danish spirit to deal with problems, because we are all part of humanity. Thank you kindly.